Michael Rabin was born on New York City's Upper West Side in 1936. After a lesson with Jascha Heifetz advised the young Rabin to go study with Ivan Galamian, one of the greatest violin teachers of the 20th century, which Rabin did. Galamian said of Rabin that he had no weaknesses ever. His Carnegie Hall debut took place in January of 1950 at the age of 13. He concertized around the world, appearing with the world's greatest orchestras and conductors. He died suddenly in 1972 at the age of 35 of an epileptic seizure.
First time I met him was in Detroit. He was playing with the orchestra, and Mishikov invited him to come for lunch. So I was warming up in the furnace room, and I was playing scales in thirds. Da da ya da dum, da da ya dum. The door flew open, and there was Michael Rabin. He said, "What the are you doing?" And I said, "Mr. Rabin, I'm practicing. I'm warming up on my thirds." He said, "Who taught you to play thirds like that?" And I said, "Well, Mr. Mishikov." He said, "Look, I love Uncle Misha. You'll never play fast thirds like that." And I said, "Well, how should I practice my thirds?" He said, "Trill, E and C, F and D." So I had da-da-da-da-da. He went, just hit my arm, and it was da-da-da-da. He said, "That's how you play fast thirds." Great lesson. Great lesson. We went out together a couple of nights later. He was so frustrated with his managers. He said, "I want to play Krustin Concerto. I want to play Bear Concerto. I want to play all of these concertos on tour. My management will give me Wieniawski, Paganini, and Tchaikovsky. That's it. That's the only thing they'll let me play." And he was in tears. He said, "It's so frustrating to me." You could hardly be in a room when he played. The sound was so huge and beautiful. I mean, it's just gigantic sound. And it was kind of effortless. He had this arm and just put it in the string and boom, that's where it was. And he could do anything on the violin. We're hearing him play the Izai sonatas of just phenomenal playing. So, I mean, there wasn't anything he couldn't play. And he was a very unhappy person. My heart went out for him because I knew he was frustrated.
Did his unhappiness come from circumstance, or was he clinically depressed? Or
yes, he was clinically depressed and he couldn't do what he wanted to do. And that was a big frustration for him. But to hear him play, like the first Wieniawski concerto, the strokes, there was not a whisker on any note. Everything was perfect, just perfectly round and exquisite. It was just amazing. Jerome told me a wonderful story about Rabin at Medina. They used to do skits, and Michael was supposed to be the bad student. So he said, so Michael begins with Tchaikovsky, and he plays it great. And he said, "Michael, you have to be the bad student, it can't be good." He said, "Okay." So he played again, and the left hand was perfect, but the bow shook all over the place. And he said, "No, Michael, you have to play badly." So he played it the next time, and the bow was perfect, but the left hand was bad. And he couldn't play both hands bad at the same time. So they got somebody else. They couldn't do it. Michael couldn't do it.